What a wild ride it's been for our altcoins over the past couple of months. Now, I made a previous video where I showed that it was the start of altcoin season. So if you want to have a look at that, just go to the top corner here. You can have a look at my previous video where I explained how Bitcoin dominance and the TOTAL3 charts showed us that we are approaching the season that we refer to as altcoin season, where these various altcoins outperform Bitcoin. Now in this video, I'm going to have a look at the TOTAL3 and the Bitcoin dominance chart and just update us on where we are at the moment. Hi, I'm Martin. I'm the founder of Captain Crypto's Compass. I'm a trader and a professor at the Financial Freedom Academy. I am passionate about helping you to achieve financial freedom through the art and the gift of trading. I will be providing you with actionable technical analysis and insights on your favorite cryptocurrency projects to help you make better and more informed decisions. If you're ready to take your trading to the next level, you're in the right place. Now I've opened up the TOTAL3 chart here just to have a look at how we are progressing with this altcoin season and what we can expect moving forward. You know, Bitcoin has been approaching that $100,000 level, and a lot of people might be a little bit anxious where it's not actually breaching that 100,000, holding support above it. And your questions, you might be asking yourself the question like, is this indeed altcoin season? What can I expect from my altcoins during this season? So in this video, I'm going to have a look at all of these various questions and have a look at key charts that'll help us to get a clearer picture of where the market is going for the altcoins. Now I've opened up here is the TOTAL3 chart, and you remember I highlighted a couple of specific Fibonacci phases within the altcoin market. We can see that we had this double bottom pattern pushed into phase 1, highlighted by the yellow, pushed into phase 3, highlighted by the white, and now we are currently trading in phase 3 above the 786 Fibonacci extension to the previous all-time high pivot here. And we can see that the altcoins now are starting to consolidate in phase 3, trading above the yellow 21 moving average, above the 50, the green 50 moving average lines, and we can see that it is holding nice support within these key zones, which is all very positive for a continuation to try and push into these higher extension targets. Now, market structure wise, this is healthy. We can see with this previous rejection at this all-time high, we can see it came all the way back down with these red vector candles to the 786 and found support on key support levels here. And this 786 is very important. This phase 3 that we are building market structure is very, very important for a continuation to the upside to try and target these higher levels on the Fibonacci. And now we're looking at the TOTAL3, we can see that this is all healthy consolidation within phase 3. Looking at our key indicators, we can see, and the RSI is currently has a little bit of a downturn. We can see here that if we do look at the RSI, we can see the previous pivot high top here was at roughly about 89, and we can see we only managed to get to this 80 level, and this showcases a little bit of bearish divergence. So we do need to pay attention to this. We can see that the momentum is dying down a little bit with this bearish divergence, so just keep that in mind. But all in all, looking at our key support levels, we can see that the RSI got rejected and is approaching these key support levels on the RSI at roughly about the 59 level. So I'm looking at this RSI closely, looking at these pivots. I'm looking for the RSI to start finding support within this range here as it is building consolidation between the 786 and the previous all-time high at roughly about this $840 billion area to the all-time high at roughly the $1.1 trillion area for the total market cap for all the altcoins in crypto. But we can see then this consolidation forming here. Now I'd like us to as we're building consolidation here, this bull flag forming, we just need to keep in mind that we do need to give it some time. We can see the bearish divergence is playing out. We do need to keep a close eye on the 786 as the altcoins are keeping above this level so that we can start pushing into these higher levels. Now the stochastics RSI as well, we can see that we are have been losing a little bit of a momentum with the blue line below the orange line indicating that the bear is in control, building consolidation within phase 3 between the 786 and that one previous all-time high level. But a very positive thing that I can see here re-entering the market is these, similar to Bitcoin, is the blue line showing signs of finding support. Now this is a very positive sign from a market structure within phase 3. We can see then that momentum is showing signs of finding support between this key level of the 50 and roughly about 41 to 40 level. Now this is a key area that we need to keep an eye on. We want to see the blue line find support here and start crossing back above the orange line to show us that the bullish momentum is re-entering the altcoin. altcoins. And so keep an eye on the stochastics RSI. Now the TDI, we can have a look at that. Unfortunately, we also saw that cross down as it is building market structure within this frame here between the 786 and the 1. So, but again, a positive signal coming in with the green RSI line showing us signs that it is finding support. So we want to see the green RSI line push up toward this red TSR line or the trading signal line and move above it with a positive cross, showing us that momentum is on the bull's side. Hey, I hope you're still enjoying the content. Remember to hit the like button, hit the sub button, and to ring the bell for notifications. Your support means the world to me personally, and I cannot do this without you. Keep an eye on this movement on the RSI. We want to see this green line continuing to the upside as it is building key market structure in between the 786 and 1, building and finding support and then pushing up to the upside. Now our first target here is the 1.272 extension. We can see that that is roughly sitting at about $1.6 trillion with an upside potential of roughly about 55% to the upside on the altcoin market. Now another thing that we can look at, just looking at the altcoin market, is one of our key factors that we need to take into account is the Bitcoin dominance. So if we look at what the Bitcoin dominance is doing, I highlighted a couple of key areas on the Bitcoin dominance and key resistance areas where the previous altcoin season started. Now we can see that these red lines here are these key resistance areas within the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now Bitcoin dominance just basically means how much of the total crypto market cap is currently sitting in Bitcoin. So if it gives you a percentage of that. So if it says, 60% or 63%, it means that 63% of all the money in the crypto space is currently sitting in Bitcoin. So looking at these key resistance areas and where we are currently now, we can see that we faced resistance at our first resistance area at the 61 level, got rejected, and this was a very positive sign for the altcoins. And we made a video a couple of weeks ago showing that this could be the start of altcoin season for 2024 moving into 2025. And we can see then that Bitcoin dominance broke through our key support levels, being the 21 SMA and the 50 SMA, found support at that 50 SMA, retraced back, trying to hold above the 21 SMA and got rejected. Now from a trending market here, we can see then that the first positive sign that we can see is that we did not create a higher high here. We got rejected, pushed up, trying to reclaim market dominance, and this pivot high is lower than our previous pivot at the 61-62 level area. So this is very positive, showing us that we are placing more strain on these moving averages, and we can expect a trend reversal within Bitcoin dominance. Now you might ask yourself the question, why is this important? Now for the Bitcoin dominance to fall, we see here that from looking left to the chart, we can see that every single time that Bitcoin dominance fell and broke down, this was the start of our previous altcoin seasons where our altcoins were outperforming Bitcoin. So we are looking for a similar pattern to play out now, where Bitcoin dominance starts falling back down to these key support levels at roughly 39 and 36%. So that's what we're looking out for and seeing if it plays out the same way as it did in the previous altcoin seasons. We can see here in 2017, the same thing happened. We got rejected, pushed up a last little time, and got the Bitcoin dominance fell all the way back down to this key support level. So I'm looking out for the Bitcoin dominance. It is showing us early signs of a trend reversal with that first lower high. So I want Bitcoin dominance to keep on breaking down and falling, and this will be extremely good for our altcoin positions moving forward. So keep an eye on this key level, put the 21 and the 50 SMA on the weekly chart on the Bitcoin dominance charts, and see if we can start breaking down this market structure, breaking down these moving averages. And we want to see the yellow line and the green line start curling down. Then this will be very good for the altcoin positions moving into the end of January and into the beginning of February. So all in all, still looking like this is playing out. We have early signs of a trend reversal, so just keep an eye on that. And we can see, looking at our key indicators, that the RSI has broken below the 50, pushed back up, and has started trailing on this 50 level. So look for it to break the 50 level on the RSI for a confirmation of continuation to the downside. We can see here that the RSI is just trailing on this 50 level. So look for a breakdown of that RSI. And then another thing is the stochastics RSI. We can see that we had a little bit of positive momentum with this bounce on the 50 SMA. Looking at the RSI, we can see we had this, it was positive cross coming in, and now we've seen the blue line crossing back down below the orange line, showing us that negative momentum is entering Bitcoin dominance, and that's what we want to see for the altcoins to really explode to the upside. We can see in our previous cycles here, every single time that the blue line has crossed back below the orange line, this was the start of that altcoin. So looking at this key market structure below 20, we want to see the RSI break down, fail here, and continue trailing below the 20 and start consolidating in these sub 20 levels, and this would be very good for our altcoin positions. Now looking at the TDI, the Traders Dynamic Index, we can see here that the RSI line has then also crossed back below that red TSL line, showing us that the market dominance is falling, the momentum is to the downside, people are taking their money out of Bitcoin and putting it into altcoin positions. And we can see that with that bounce, the RSI approached this red TSL line but got rejected once again, and we can see that the trajectory of this chart is down. So we are looking for a continuation of this, a continuation breakdown, forming consolidation patterns, and hopefully this will start putting a lot of pressure on the Bitcoin dominance so we can break these moving averages and start curling them down. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button, hit the sub button, and hit the bell notifications. Also, remember to click the link in the description below to join my mailing list, where I'll be sending you free emails and trading videos, and also market report updates weekly to help you stay ahead of the herd. As always, this community would not be the same without you, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Peace and love. See you next time.